Hey guys, and welcome back to my Daily News X, your quick and daily briefing on breaking U.S. foreign affairs. Well, I'm your host, Kramer, and today I bring you a very hot topic to talk about. U.S. B52 bombers flies near Venezuela. Venezuela scrambling fighter jets. And Mr. President Donald Trump's confirmation of covert CIA operations and what may unfold in the next 40 hours, especially for Venezuelan civilians and government responses. All right, so over the past 24 hours, people saw multiple B-52 bombers were tracked departing from Louisiana bases. That was at 7 a.m. in the morning, flying over international airspace near Cuba and Mexico, basically going through the middle between both of the countries, and then heading south all the way to the coastline in Venezuela. Then people saw them making loops around the coastline in Venezuela, right in front of the Caracas. So these flights are being interpreted by analysts as show of force, missions signaling U.S. capability to strike or monitor at any time. Some reporting suggests they enter the Maiquetía flight information region. That's a non-Venezuelan sovereign airspace, but it's under Venezuelan air traffic control jurisdiction. Venezuelan sources claim that F16 fighter jets were scrambled from El Libertador Air Base in response, intended to intercept or at least to monitor the bombers. It remains very unclear whether these jets actually engaged with these bombers. We don't know the actual facts. Shadowed them or merely flew up as a deterrence maybe. So this move dramatically rises the tension because US bombers close to Venezuelan air approaches, Venezuelan jets reacting and neither side fully backing down. I wanted to talk about what Mr. President Donald Trump said during the meeting that he had with the media last night, and what he said and mentioned a couple of things about the Venezuelan government. So in a public statement, by the way, Mr. President Donald Trump confirmed that he authorized the CIA to carry out a covert operations in Venezuela. This is a significant escalation, by the way. Now, what are some of the most dangerous teams that the CIA can send to Venezuela? We have SOG, Delta Force, and SEAL Team 6. These are the most deadly teams that can do this type of black ops and covert operations, by the way. Now, what are some of the reasons that Trump said about Venezuela? Well, he cited reasons like Venezuela emptying their prisons into the U.S. and drug trafficking flows. He also indicated that land-based operations within Venezuela are under consideration. Trump declined to explicitly say whether these operations include targeting President Nicolás Maduro. The Venezuelan government immediately condemned the move, calling it aggressive and a violation of international law and sovereignty. In other words, the U.S. has escalated from naval and aerial strikes to admitting deeper penetration via intelligence and covert means. Now, what's Venezuela's government posture and civilian risk at this moment? And how Venezuela is reacting to all this? And what risks do ordinary Venezuelans face at this moment? Well, Caracas has ordered snap military exercises, mobilize air defenses, and likely place command elements on heightened alert. The government is likely reinforcing strategic locations, meaning all infrastructure, military bases, border zones, and screening for infiltration or sabotage threats. Some of the things that they may be careful about is the coastline and, the connection between Colombia, the border, with Colombia, might be another strategic point for this type of groups to come in and do what they have to do. For civilians, any escalation or miscalculation could endanger populations near coastal zones, border states, or near military installation. The closer you are to military installation, the more dangerous civilians are, basically. Evacuations or shelter orders may be issued, especially in coastal towns. Communication blackouts, censorship, or martial measures could intensify under a state of emergency mantle. Supply chains, power grids, and health services, this all may be disrupted if military action expands. Now, what to watch in the next 48 hours, guys. Because here's what I'm watching. And what should you watch at the same time in the next 2 days at least? Number one thing you should do. Consider if bombers returns or actually strikes. Will the B52s depart quietly or will they launch standoff strikes? Meaning missile launches, air-to-surface actions for a safe range, of course. Or will the new bomber or fighter flights appear? A new type of fighter jet, something new, a new technology. It comes out of nowhere, different part of the country, whatever. More details may leak also about CIA missions, bases, local proxy actors, and drone involvement as well. Venezuela or third-party countries may expose or counter these covert actions. Additional fighter scrambles, SAM air defense positions activated, or direct U.S. jet intercepts. Possible missile warnings, activations, airspace closures, troop movements towards border or coastal zones. Now, what is the movement towards diplomacy and alliance and international pushback? Well, Latin American states may call emergency sessions condemning the U.S. for all this that is happening. The UN or OAS might issue resolutions, or Venezuela could appeal to allies like Russia, China, or Cuba for military and diplomatic support. Well, this is big, guys, because if the United States decide to invade, but not to invade, maybe just attack Venezuela, Venezuela might seek for help from these countries. And these are huge countries, Venezuela and China. They have a lot of military power, aircraft fighters, and a lot of troops in place. So if we consider adding Iran and North Korea to this fight, the United States may have, and they may be in big trouble. So we got to be very careful what we're doing. Sanctions or countermeasures or legal claims or sovereignty violation. What are the civilian impacts and signals on this? Well, evacuation orders in coastal zones or near military sites might be in place. Internet or media blackouts. No phones, no television, nothing, no electricity. Reports of clashes, civilian casualties, or international displacements. All right, guys, so that's it for your brief on my daily news X for today. These developments carry the risk of spiraling into a direct conflict, and civilians could bear the cost, especially in Venezuela. So I'll be watching every twist, the flights of these bombers, the covert moves, operations from the CIA or these team forces, and the responses from the government. Please stay tuned, and I'll keep you informed on the next couple of days of what's happening. Have yourself a great day.